Greetings, dear Sagittarius. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a look at your spring equinox tarot spread. So keeping in mind, the spring equinox did happen on March 23rd, which is coincidentally also Aries season, which is the start of the astrological new year, or the zodiac new year, however you want to call it. And it's a really significant time for us to really do some energy work at this time. And that energy work involves around us maintaining and seeing what in our lives is out of balance. Because if you think about it, even on the natural side, the equinox is a time where spring is ushered into that the northern hemisphere, and spring represents like blossoms, and the dark night of the winter is over. And then this is the time on this day, on March 23rd, you're going to see an equal amount of daylight and nighttime during this time. That is symbolically all about balance at this time. So it's a really great time to just transition into some new beginnings. Okay. Spiritually, it's also a very potent time for us to really just plant some seeds of intention to apply to our internal world so that we can put it out there in the external world. And the equinox is just a great time to really nurture what we want to fulfill in the incoming months, right? Because that springtime is all about planting those seeds, right, into that. So we're going to go ahead and do a spring equinox, aka Aries season read. So this should be valid between late March and all through April. And so, yeah, let's get into it. We're going to first set the intention. This is for you, Sagittarius. So if you have Sagittarius and it is in your sun, your moon, or your rising, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you in some capacity and that you're able to receive this message and apply it to your own life, always and only for your highest good. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look into our first card. Okay. So we are first looking at the energy of the spring equinox for this coming spring. What does this represent for you? And what are some energy that you are coming towards our Sagittarius for spring? Okay. All right, let's see what's happening for Sagittarius, or what's the energy of the spring equinox for Sag. All right, perfect. All right, so I see you. Interesting, Sag. I see you, first of all, with this Two of Swords here. So this really indicates that you are making some important decisions. And I think part of it is to come out of hiding, okay? Because there's something significant here about spending a lot of alone time. You've got the Hermit here. Now, the Hermit is just, it's a time where you've been, maybe this past winter has been a time for you to really just gain a lot of wisdom. It's you just holding back on interacting with a whole lot of people. And that Hermit is honestly like self-isolation for the purpose of making yourself like mentally stronger at some point in time. So it's like just utilizing that time in a very helpful way to help you grow. And then you've also got this King of Cups here. So this to me is, there could be, when I think about kings, queens, and any of the court cards, kings, queens, knights, and pages, they can indicate a person in their life. And we talk about that King of Cups. This is someone, perhaps maybe a water sign, doesn't have to be, but is very like empathetic, very nurturing, someone who is of wise counsel. Or this could be someone that you are kind of turning into, and maybe this isolation has kind of turned you into that. Or this is someone in your life that is showing up to be a very like loving, supportive character in your life. Could be almost like a father figure. Doesn't have to be your dad per se, but it's someone who embodies those qualities of like that ultimate nurturing, caring, wise, empathetic father who's able to kind of step in and help you with some things. Okay. And this comes in the way that I'm seeing it, because it says like it's the energy of the spring equinox. So it's like you've been in this hibernation mode, and then now like it's just time to come out, and you're protected, you're loved, you have support around you. And or there's also this feeling where I'm getting that it's very possible that a lot of it's also very possible that a lot of you can be incorporating that maybe there was this maybe a healing that you had to go through with this Hermit, and so that during this time out, when you emerge out of this timeout and you like kind of reintroduce yourself, because spring is all about, like there's weddings, there's graduations, there's parties, there's like all of these really fun social gatherings that kind of happen around this time when the weather starts warming up around here. And so it's very possible that you kind of emerge as like a very healed person. Okay. So this is either you or another person in your life that is really being very empathetic and nurturing towards you. Okay. So let's look at number 2. So this is looking at this particular time, what is awakening within you at this time? So show me, what is awakening within Sagittarius at this time? What is awakening with Sagittarius at this time? What is awakening? We're going to do 3. Perfect. Okay, this is the first one that came out. Perfect. Yeah, so you've got the Emperor here. So I really feel like what's awakening in you is structure, routine, discipline. That Emperor card is all about, there's also something very paternal about this energy as well. This is a card that creates structure in your life. This is like getting on to a more committed and disciplined routine, like taking care of things that really need to be taken care of. And it's just like putting your house in order, putting your job in order, just putting things in order for your life. And in order for you to do that, you have to have this 8 of Cups energy. Now, 8 of Cups is always about walking away from things that just don't make sense for you to keep carrying. Okay. So it's like either you forgive and forget and you move on from things, or you literally just like leave it behind because it's something that you just simply cannot carry along with you. You know that you deserve more or better in some respects. And so you're not going to settle for these 8 cups when you know that there's more out there for you. Okay. Or what I can also say, I'm seeing also this revitalization of the passion within you as well. Because that Ace of Wands, we talk about aces, those are all about new starts of some sort. And wands have to do with our passion, our drives. This is a bit ignition of perhaps a new creative project you're undergoing. If it's not that, it's just like you just have this new spark. You are a fire sign at the end of the day. And so I feel like this spring just awakens this fire in you to really just get your cards in order, put things in order for yourself, okay? And just to walk away from things that just don't necessarily make sense in your life at this time. I really see that this spring is waking up, as you're awakening to like just like you want a new start in something, and in order for you to have a new start, there are certain rules that you have to put in place. And so I feel like you're doing that, and in order for you to do that, you've got to walk away from what was into what is and coming into your life. So it doesn't make sense to take old baggage with you, and if that old baggage is gonna stay with you, which is not, it doesn't mean that like the situations or the people that caused this old baggage are no longer there. It doesn't mean that you walked away from it. But what it could mean is that you've taken the initiative to overhaul that and to change these things so that you like, it's like putting your foot down. Like this is like that Emperor is also like that grandfather, like these are the rules of the house. This is what we're doing, period. And I don't care. Like, it's just like instituting very strict standards and adhering to them. And the people around you need to adhere to that as well. So it's like really putting your foot down, but you do it as a result of like, it's like this initial drive to do that. And I do think that it's occurred due to this hermit, right? That hermit energy where you've had to kind of isolate. And during this isolation, it has just made you like a much wiser, brighter person that has a great understanding of like what they want their life to look like. Okay. And so this spring, you're bringing down the hammer and you're like, no, this is how things are going to be done around here. Let's clean up shop. Okay. So let's look at what are opportunities that are ahead for you, dear Sagittarius. Show me opportunities ahead of Sagittarius, please. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Lord, Sag. What is happening? Okay, so I think that was it. All right, so I see, wow, this is beautiful. Whoa, okay, hold on. All right, we got a lot of energy here, but ultimately, the first thing that came out was this. I see balance coming. This really makes sense to everything that we've been kind of discussing so far. So you've got this justice card here. Now, justice card is initiating karmic retributions. It's very similar to what I said, like that Eight of Cups where you're walking away from things. But the justice, more on an esoteric or a spiritual level, is writing the things in your life. If there's something that does not fit, justice is ensuring that it is cut out of your life. This is karma. This is consequences and effects of things happening. Okay. This is righting the wrongs, right? This could even be like a legal contract of some sort. And then you've got this Knight of Swords. Now, this is like being very like activated on a mental level to really tear through what isn't right. And it's also initiating justice. So it's like thinking about something and not just like ruminating over it and thinking about it. It's about enacting that into like your real life, like you're actually like doing the work. You're thinking about it and you're actually doing it. And I feel like when you do it, what you're going to find is that those difficulties that you've had in the past, you're going to leave them back. Because I feel like whatever happened to you in the past, Sag, it hurt you deeply. And it maybe hurt you to the point where it made you kind of self isolate. It put you into this hermit mode where you just like weren't open, but it was just like time that you needed to just sit back and to like assess what was happening in your life. And when you came out of that hermit mode, when you came out, you really just you made you had a decisive action to ensure that things like did not go how they've been going. Then that some actual real changes were initiated, and that justice is actually being performed for you, okay, or to you in some regards. And I do see that you're very hopeful about what this all looks like because the star is just maintaining a lot of optimism. It's like having a renewed hope or faith into a situation or a person, whatever, some type of scenario you're very hopeful of. And I feel like as long as you are seeing that things are being evened out, that justice is serving you well, this is like a winning card. This is like that Six of Wands is just victory. This is recognizing you, like the ways in which you are successful. But I think the success comes as a result of you really being kind of like drawing a line in the sand and being very like strict about what your standards are. And those standards were initiated while you were going through this hermit mode. Okay. And things that just didn't fit had to be left behind. And this is like just this is like a renewed go at your life in that sense. And I feel like that opportunities are really coming in spring for you to do things more on your terms, more in your way, more things that are fair for you. And so our last card that we're going to pull is looking at how can you allow light into your life? How can Sagittarius allow light into your life? Woo, woo. Work together with people, even if it's just like employees, people that you work with, but just be open to collaboration. I think it's going to be very insightful for you. And yeah, I expect it kind of to see an energy like this chariot is all about, what does the chariot do? It charges forth in a direction and it's very decisive. The chariot does not look back. The chariot looks forward to like what's next. Okay. So I feel that like it's better for you to charge ahead with the new expectations that you have in life and making sure that you're open to collaboration, that you don't become a tyrant in this, right? That other people are also involved in co-collaboration with you so that you're not just like always holding the reins, so to speak. Okay. And then you've also got this Queen of Cups. So I love to see that. And that is honestly a match to your initial energy with that, because we've got a King and Queen here. And this Queen of Cups is just like this ultimate motherly energy. It's very nurturing and compassionate, and is just like, think about the embrace of a mother, right? This is what this energy is. So this is like really asking you to just like allow yourself to be that figure of nurturing to those around you, is to kind of tap into that energy. So it's like when people talk about like feminine energy, a lot of times like they think that like feminine energy is somehow docile or submissive. And it's not that those are negative traits. I feel like in society we attribute those as being negative, but it's only because the masculine sides of things are prized. But there is a very silent strength in being like a mother or being nurturing in some way. And that strength comes that you don't have to get all loud and upset, and you don't have to like rule things with an iron thumb and to rule it with violence or aggression or interrogation, right? You don't have to do that. You just have to like there's a quiet respect that comes along with a very soft, feminine, nurturing energy. Power is in that as well. And it's something that you're being, whether you're a man or a woman, gender wise, you're really being asked to kind of tap into that energy of yourself, and that, to balance that masculine and feminine, to know that you, in fact, can rule by embracing your softer side. Okay. So that is what I have for you, dear Sagittarius. If this reading resonated with you, please do comment, like, and subscribe for additional content. My name is Tifa. I do tarot. Please see the links below to consider booking me for personal readings. I do online ones. If you're in the Phoenix, Arizona area, I will be happy to come to you. You can come to me. I can read you. Let me read you. We can get more in depth to make it more personalized for you. But this is just a general energetic read, for an intuitive read, I should say, for Sagittarius. So I love you, Sag, and I hope you have a blessed day and a blessed rest of your Aries season. We only got a couple more days left, but I hope it's been going well for you. Bye.